Modern life is louder, faster, and more distracted than at any other moment in history. Notifications pull at our attention, inboxes never sleep, and constant connectivity is often mistaken for productivity. Yet beneath all this noise, something quietly powerful is becoming rare and extremely valuable: the ability to focus deeply. There is a specific kind of work that happens when distractions disappear. It's the kind of effort where the mind locks on to a single demanding problem and pushes its limits. In these moments, learning accelerates, skills sharpen, and meaningful results emerge. This kind of focus doesn't just help you work harder, it helps you work better. And in today's economy, that difference matters more than ever. Technology has changed how value is created. Machines are faster, smarter, and increasingly capable of replacing routine tasks. As a result, average performance is no longer enough. People who thrive today tend to fall into a few categories: those who work effectively with complex systems, those who are exceptionally good at what they do, and those who create outcomes that stand out clearly above the rest. What connects these high performers is not luck or raw talent alone. It's their ability to learn difficult things quickly and to produce work at a consistently high level. Both of these abilities depend on sustained concentration. Complex skills don't come from scattered attention. They require long periods of mental strain, repetition, and clarity. Without focus, progress slows. With focus, improvement compounds. Scientific research backs this up. When we concentrate intensely on a skill, the brain strengthens the exact neural circuits responsible for that ability. Distraction interrupts this process. Trying to learn while multitasking scatters effort across too many pathways, weakening results. In simple terms, deep focus physically trains the brain to perform better. The same principle applies to productivity. High-quality output isn't just about how long you work, it's about how fully present you are while working. When attention is fragmented, performance drops. Even brief task switching leaves behind mental residue that reduces effectiveness. This is why shallow busyness can feel exhausting while producing very little of real value. Ironically, while deep focus is becoming more important, it is also becoming less common. Many modern workplaces are designed in ways that actively undermine concentration. Open offices encourage constant interruption. Instant messaging demands immediate responses. Social media pressures professionals to stay visible rather than effective. These trends create the appearance of engagement while quietly eroding the ability to do meaningful work. What makes this situation even more confusing is that knowledge work is hard to measure. It's easy to count emails sent or meetings attended, but much harder to quantify clear thinking or original insight. As a result, visible activity often replaces real productivity. People default to what looks like work instead of what factually creates value. This doesn't mean that deep focus is impossible or outdated. It means it has become a competitive advantage. In a world where distraction is normal, the ability to concentrate is a rare skill, and rare skills tend to be rewarded. There are exceptions, of course. Some roles require constant responsiveness, especially at the highest executive levels. But for most people, distraction is not a requirement, it's a habit. Many jobs feel like they demand constant availability, but when tested, this assumption often turns out to be false. Reducing interruptions frequently improves both performance and outcomes. The core idea is simple but powerful. Focused effort produces better results, faster learning, and more meaningful work. Shallow activity fills time. Deep effort builds value. This shift doesn't require working longer hours. It requires working with intention. By protecting attention and prioritizing depth, it becomes possible to produce more while feeling less overwhelmed. In a distracted world, focus isn't just a productivity tactic, it's a survival skill. And this is only the beginning.
The world today rewards speed, visibility, and constant responsiveness. Messages arrive instantly. Notifications demand attention. Being busy has become a badge of honor. Yet beneath this surface of activity, something essential is quietly disappearing: the ability to focus deeply on one demanding thing for an extended period of time. This ability is not just about concentration. It is about pushing the mind to its limits. It is about working at the edge of your cognitive capacity, where learning happens faster and results become more meaningful. When this kind of focus is present, skills improve rapidly, ideas gain clarity, and work reaches a level that cannot be easily copied. Throughout history, people who produced work that truly mattered often shared one habit: they regularly removed themselves from distraction. They created environments where attention could settle instead of fragment. They understood, intuitively or deliberately, that depth was not a luxury, but a necessity. Today, however, most people live in the opposite condition. Attention is split into small fragments. Work is interrupted constantly. Even when sitting at a desk for hours, true progress often feels minimal. The day ends with exhaustion, but little sense of accomplishment. This is not because people are lazy or incapable. It is because modern systems are designed to encourage shallow engagement. Tools meant to improve efficiency often compete aggressively for attention. As a result, deep focus becomes uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and rare. Ironically, this rarity is exactly what makes it valuable. Modern economies no longer reward average output. Technology has made it easy to automate routine tasks and outsource predictable work. What remains valuable are two things: the ability to quickly learn complex skills and the ability to produce work at a level that stands out clearly from the rest. Both of these require focus. Learning difficult material is not a passive process. It demands sustained mental effort. The brain must repeatedly activate specific neural pathways, strengthening them over time. This process does not work when attention is constantly pulled elsewhere. Multitasking slows learning dramatically, even when it feels productive. Similarly, producing high-quality work is not about staying busy. It is about intensity. A single hour of fully focused effort can often produce more value than an entire day of distracted activity. Yet most people rarely experience this state because their attention is never allowed to settle long enough. This creates a strange paradox. People feel busier than ever, yet often feel behind. They work longer hours, but produce less meaningful output. They respond quickly, but think slowly. To understand why this happens, it helps to recognize the difference between two kinds of effort. There is work that is cognitively demanding, creative, and difficult to replicate. This kind of work creates new value. It improves skills. It leads to mastery. And then there is work that is logistical, reactive, and easy to copy. It fills time, but rarely moves anything forward in a significant way. Modern work culture quietly pushes people toward the second category. Emails, meetings, status updates, instant messages. These tasks create the appearance of productivity without requiring sustained thought. They feel urgent, even when they are not important. Over time, this has consequences. The brain adapts to the environment it is given. When attention is constantly fragmented, the ability to concentrate weakens. Focus becomes tiring. Silence feels uncomfortable. The mind begins to crave stimulation, even when it interferes with progress. This is not a personal failure. It is a neurological response. When people spend most of their time reacting instead of concentrating, they slowly lose the mental stamina required for deep effort. Eventually, even short periods of focus feel exhausting. This leads to a cycle where shallow work increases because deep work feels too difficult to sustain. Yet those who resist this trend gain a powerful advantage. In an environment where depth is rare, anyone who cultivates it stands out. They learn faster. They adapt more easily. They produce results that are noticeably better. Over time, this difference compounds. The key insight is simple but uncomfortable. Meaningful progress requires discomfort. Deep focus feels hard because it demands full attention. It removes easy escapes. It forces the mind to wrestle with complexity instead of skimming the surface. But this discomfort is temporary. As focus strengthens, the mind adapts. What once felt exhausting begins to feel natural. Concentration becomes a skill rather than a struggle. This is why depth is best understood not as a personality trait, but as a trainable ability. People who succeed in demanding fields are rarely those who are constantly connected. More often, they are those who control their attention deliberately. They reduce distractions not because they dislike technology, but because they value what technology cannot replace: clear thinking, original insight, and high-quality output. The modern world offers endless opportunities for shallow engagement, but it offers very few rewards for it. What it rewards, instead, are results.